the view from the Eternal Flame here in Gettysburg, Pennsylvania. We're doing the self-guided driving tour. This is really neat. This is Little what?
Round top.
Little Round Top. Give you an idea. It's an incredible view. Pictures don't do it justice. I don't even know if video can do this justice. Just the texture of the terrain and just incredible. Really beautiful.
Looking guy we saw coming up the hill, Colonel Strong Vincent, he's down there in the back. His orders, he's reserved for his senior subordinate. His orders are to stay there. But he sees a captain riding very fast. Okay? And there's only one reason on the battlefield one captain is riding fast. He has something important to say. So the colonel stops the captain. You have a colonel, the captain talk, it goes pretty quick. The colonel says, "Captain, what are your orders?" And the captain says, "I need to find General Barnes." And the colonel shakes his head. He says, "No, Captain, tell me your orders. What are the orders?" Captain, blue light comes on, and he says, "Sir, the orders are for a brigade of troops to come right here." And Colonel Strong Vincent, he's only 26 years old, in charge of 1,400 men. He's a Harvard grad. He's a lawyer up in Erie, Pennsylvania. He says, "I'll do it." That's your call. He could be corporal. But he'll ride up ahead with his orderly. He lets another colonel bring those Union troops behind Little Round Top. And when Colonel Strong Vincent gets up here, he looks out ahead. Look across. Can you see a white two-story box-like house a mile away? By now, the Confederate artillerists have pushed their guns out on this side of the ridge. They're all up to the north and to the south of that house. Oh, and the Confederate guns are going away, aimed at Union troops down here at Devil's Den, and then by 4 o'clock, here comes the first wave of Confederates. They're coming right at us. Colonel Strong Vincent from here knows that Union troops at Devil's Den, through the wheat field to the beech orchard, will hold back half of them, but the other half are going to come right over this spur of ground that you see there, and that's why he puts his soldiers right place, right time, 1,400 of them, on the south crest of Little Round Top. And when the Confederates hit that, they're going to be repulsed. They'll make several attempts. You can see across here that one little monument, men from Michigan. They've got men from Texas coming over the rocks in their front, men from Alabama scrambling up this steep, open clearing out here. Men from Michigan are forced off that position. They break. You hear the rebel yell. The Confederates are up there. Colonel Strong Vincent trying to rally his men. Oh, he jumped off his horse so fast he didn't have a chance to unhook his sword, which is on the saddle. He didn't put his sword on. All he has is his riding crop that his wife gave him for good. And Colonel Strong Vincent is standing on a rock, waving his riding crop, yelling at his men, "Don't give an inch, boys, don't give an inch." Colonel Strong Vincent is shot down. He's mortally wounded. It looks as if all is lost. The Confederates are going to go sweep over here. But in the nick of time, literally, fortunately for the Union cause, General Warren, the chief engineer, known as the savior of Little Round Top, he's been on the north end. He finds another Union unit, and he recognizes the colonel in charge of that unit. He says to Colonel Patrick O'Rourke, he says, "Patty, follow me, bring your regiment." Colonel Patrick O'Rourke, good Irish lad. You know, he came to this country when he was 10 years old, settled in Rochester, New York, didn't like the way that immigrants were treated. So in high school, studied hard, promised people that someday he would do something important. You know, he studied so well that he got an appointment to the military academy at West Point. And in 1861, this Irish immigrant graduates number 1 in his class. And now Patty O'Rourke doesn't hesitate when General Warren says, "Patty, I need your regiment." And Patty will lead him, right place, right time. And he's in front of his troops. He's pointing down, his sword is up in the air. She always follows somebody who's given orders to take a sword. And he says, "Follow me, boys, down here, commence firing." Patty O'Rourke was shot through the throat and killed. But his enraged New Yorkers will push those Confederates down. And on the far left was a third colonel. For those of you who've ever seen Ken Burns' documentary of the Civil War, that movie, or Red Killer Angels, my goodness, on the far left of the Union lines, the colonel is a college professor from Maine. I can't make this up. A college professor, what does he know about leading men and commanding them in battle? The college professors are smart. He's done a lot of reading. He's had a lot of help. But now, that college professor, Colonel Joshua Lawrence Chamberlain, a third of his men are down. He's out of ammunition. He could find safety to the rear, but no, his orders are to hold the far left, so what does he do? He orders his men to fix bayonets. And as those men from Maine, as tired as they are, up, you can hear the steel on steel as these men attach those bayonets to the end of their muskets. But we all know the two most powerful instincts when faced with mortal danger, fight or flight. What do you think that steel on steel, that click of the bayonet means to these men from Maine?
Fight.
It means fight. And those men from Maine would charge down the hill, and the threat to Little Round Top is on. But think of this. You know, when we study history, we read about this battle. You think it all hangs in the balance with decisions from Union General Meade or Confederate General Lee, but no. Yes, General Meade, he does send reinforcements. He does send his chief engineer. If Colonel Strong Vincent hadn't brought the troops up, if Colonel Patty O'Rourke hadn't held the right, and if Joshua Chamberlain hadn't fixed bayonets. Think about our American history, how different it could be. And for those of you who served, I say again, God bless you for your decisions. There's young men and women with American flags on their right sleeves making similar decisions for us today. So here's Little Round Top, beautiful piece of high ground. What I haven't done, though, this thread is over. Oh, wait. The day's not over for General Meade. There's 5,000 Confederates. They're coming across these fields. Looks like they're going to break the Union lines in half. You see that large white dome monument? My goodness, how is General Meade going to close that gap? Oh, let's go find out. Anybody have any
Wow.
questions for me?
So good.